Hey guys, welcome back. Tisha here, back for another Say It With Me Now. Say What? I have read the comments. I have seen what you all have had to say. And believe it or not, before I released my last Say What, I did see what Without a Crystal Ball and a couple of other content creators were putting out there regarding this subject of Robin and her dollies. So, we're going to talk about it, but I kind of want to give us a couple of reminders first, okay? Because I personally take issue with the way that all of this keeps happening and the things that we are finding out. And as I listen to how much money this chick has spent on dollies, my thought is number one, you have to be kidding me. Number two, where are all the dollies? Where are all these dollies going? Because if the dollies have a room and Truly doesn't, I got a problem. Y'all, I'm trying not to laugh because it makes me cough and stuff. But when I tell you, I just can picture a room full of dolls that could have been a room for Truly. That's I don't know why that's what I picture, but that's what I picture. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a little reminder of the things that we've previously been told. A little reminder of some of the contradictions, a little reminder about how, the house that Robin purchased was never supposed to be her house in one breath. And then in the next, we got Janelle telling us that she wanted to put the deed on her name on the deed. And Cody said, no, Robin needed her own asset. So which is it? Bear with me as we jump into this. Hopefully, I do this right. Hopefully, you guys can hear it. Let's go. Back in the day, our family used to run that we would use all. I'm jacking it up. See, this is why. All right, let's try it again. Y'all know I don't edit. Back in the day, our family used to run that we would use all the resources to help one person, then we would all rally to support the other person. That's how it always worked until the last 10 years or so. And all of a sudden it's been about, well, my estate, and everybody needs their own estate.
The whole plan at that point was for that home, my home, to be kind of an asset for the family.
Y'all hear that?
Eventually, when I'm built out on the property, it was never supposed to end up being something that was just mine.
When I put the money into the house, I said, well, I think it would be fair if all of our names were on the mortgage. And he's like, no, we need to protect Robin's estate. She needs to have it so it's hers and so it's ours. So with me leaving or trying to go somewhere and do something different, I want my value of the property. And I'd like to recoup some of the money I put into Robin's house.
I mean, it's like we were working together for so long, and we didn't actually stop working together until, just recently.
Who is we? She's saying we were working together for so long, but who is we? Because other than the fact that she was on this show, Robin was not adding any additional funds to that pot. What she was doing was she was taking money out of it, which is in essence what Janelle is talking about. But I'm going to show an additional clip after this that kind of proves that.
When Janelle's bringing up, that Cody and I owe her something, it's like, how do you calculate, how do you figure that out? It's so confusing.
I think it's ridiculous you haven't paid off that property yet.
I do too, Maddie. I think it's ridiculous that they were wasting all that time to pay off that property, but how can they pay it off when the feather people keep spending all the money?
It's ridiculous you haven't paid off that property yet.
Your dad's
How
typical.
does he not have the money to pay it?
because he says we had all these other debts, but yeah,
What other debts?
I've watched him add enough, like he keeps buying assets that he sits on. Trailers and blah blah and blah blah blah. I see all the art on their walls. I see all these things, and that's fine. I have money and I've spent it on things too.
Janelle took care of her household. Christine took care of her household. Robin took care of her household. Mary took care of her household.
We know that that can't be true. Because if every person took care of their household, then how was it that Robin's household had so many things? Robin, at certain points, was spending the most money out of all of the women when it came to her household. And the only job that she had of significance was this show. Because we all know ain't nobody really worried about buying that oogly jewelry for my sister wives' closet. But let's continue.
Then I focused mostly on sort of getting the cars for the kids, basically had a fleet, insuring the cars for the kids.
Cody and Robin shared everything. They shared the house payments, they shared the utilities, they shared everything.
I don't know how it worked at Robin's house. I don't know. But I used to always be surprised at how nice her backyard was. It was completely finished, and there was always like stuff at her house, and I'm like, wow. Oh.
Cody and my money has always been separate up until Christine and Janelle chose and asked to be out of the family financially.
Cody and her money have always been separate, yet Cody seems to spend the most money on her. Even on a recent TikTok, Mary kind of revealed how there was this painting that she liked, this artist that she liked, and Cody spent the money that she originally thought he was getting her the painting to get it for the bird. This is what he has always done, and she has done.
I used to be not so great with money when I was young. I had hard knocks. And then I learned during my divorce really how to budget myself very, very well. You just must have had a different priority of where your money was going to go than I did. That's all.
Do we believe that? Do we believe that what must have happened is that she must have had a different priority than the other ladies? Because I sure don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. So since she's so great with budgeting, right? I wanted to take a look at some of the things that she has managed to purchase while being great with budgeting. Because I don't understand how much this chick is making, that she has thousands upon thousands of dollars to spend on dollies and their clothing. What am I doing wrong? Because this heifer spent more money on dollies than some people make in a year. This ring. Now, she didn't purchase this ring. The bald eagle did. But my question is, with whose money? And I never noticed it until I was looking at rings. Why does her design look like it has some of the complexities that Christine's ring has? Are we once again trying to be like Christine? We already know that she does things like Christine when it comes to stuff like trying to be like Christine, because she's always tried to take different aspects of the various wives and implement them in her life, or conform and be that type of person, because she's a chameleon. Why does that ring look like that? So that's one. Two, do you see what's in the corner? Do you see that little circle that I have? Is that one of the dolls? Is this one of the dolls, you guys? Is this doll sitting up here over Cody's head? Oh, I shouldn't have moved it because you got a really, really good view of his bald spot. But is this an example of her and her being very, frugal with her funds? Are we going to sit here and act like this is normal behavior? For someone who doesn't have a job, this heifer is spending $595 on a doll. Now, here's the thing, you guys. Let me be clear. I'm not trying to sit here and condemn people who make investments into, things like this, into purchases like this, because there are people who collect dolls. My sister doesn't do it anymore, but my sister in her room, she has dolls and in shelving lined all throughout the walls, like collectible items, right? Barbies and stuff like that. With that being said, it's not cheap. So to know that the bird is doing this, considering the fact that her only source of income that I know of, and y'all correct me down below if you know some others, is the show. And if the money has supposedly been cut now, does that mean at the time that they were still taking money from the other wives? Because I'm not getting how we have $595 to spend on stuff like this. $695 for this. Why? What are we doing with the dolls? Are we just lining them up in random rooms? Like, I don't understand. Are we going to sit here and act like it's normal behavior for someone to spend over $60,000 on a doll? Well, okay. It wasn't one doll. To be fair, it was dolls and clothing. But my point is, it's too much money. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. For someone, and I'm talking about Cody, who has all these kids, for someone, and I'm talking about her, to be married to a man with 18 kids and 6 or 7 grandchildren, for someone whose husband doesn't pay child support or for schooling or for surgery for his freaking kids, this is insane. What is she doing with the dolls? She's weird. She is weird. The way that I would have pulled up on this chick because of what she's doing, because of how she's sitting out here and she's just frivolously spending this money. Y'all, all of these are things that she's bought. Without a crystal ball, broke this down to the point where she even had a chart to show how much money she spent. She's had over 600 and something comments about dolls and clothing that she's purchased in the past couple of years. What about that seems normal? Especially because, I gotta calm down, they aren't even trying to hide it. Robin has spent more money on Dolly parts than the family has on some of their children's tuition and weddings and cars. Christine, I need you to see this crap. Mary, I need you to see this. Janelle, I need you to see this. Ladies, you all need to find out how much the feathers are getting paid, because something about this isn't right. Something about this is not right. Where are they stashing the money? Where are they hiding it? Why do I feel like at a lot of times we're more upset about this situation than they are? Because it's not making any sense to me. Did you buy a bigger house so you have somewhere to stuff the other things? Because if Cody already had to put stuff on land, where are all these dolls going? Then we find out that he's still buying stuff. The dolls she's buying from Etsy, that's not all the dolls, because somebody took a picture of him in Costco with a whole bunch of dolls in a basket. Is Ariella playing with all these dolls? Or are we just putting some? Nope, never mind. She's not the only one, because Robin plays with them too. And here's the thing. Let me be clear. I'm not knocking collectors. What I'm knocking is the fact that you're saying that you all don't have money. Yet I keep seeing examples of how you guys have money. I keep seeing how y'all are wasting money. In the clip I showed you, Janelle even said it. They're spending it on frivolous things. We've seen that they spent it on artwork. We've seen that she spent it on rings and his ring, because she's not the only one with rings. He has rings too. She has one of them horseman rings and a diamond ring. the sandals that she wears, the clothing that she buys, the things that she does in her house. You have this huge house. Why does your house always look junky? You have a huge house. Why is it junky? Why don't you know how to release yourself of things? It's too much. The images that you see, I wrote in online like pictures of Robin's stuff. There are pictures online, you guys, of boxes that are just stacked up in various windows and stuff of the house. And this was before they decided they were moving. Because first part of me was like, oh, maybe it's a moving box. But no, it's Amazon. Y'all remember when the pandemic came and they told us how they were wiping down their packages and all those other things. And then the moment that Janelle came with that box, she got so excited to see a box because she just loves shopping that she couldn't wait to dive in and open it. Something isn't right here. This lady has a problem because she put her other husband in debt. And if Cody's not careful, he's going to follow suit, because you can't have two people who are addicted to buying things together. Like at some point, the money's going to run out. My question is, how much money do you guys think? And this is a serious question because I'm really wondering, how much money do you guys think that they stole from the family over the years? Because at some point, like, we gotta stop playing here and understand that this theft runs deep. Y'all let me know what you think down below about Dollyland. The new Dollywood is in Robin's house. He's in her nest. She got a bigger house now, so all she's going to do is just put all that stuff in that house. She got more room to do things and maneuver things, so I'm interested in seeing what comes of this. Anyways, y'all let me know your thoughts on Dollyland. Until next time.